Hi, Judith.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Sumner.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Ron.
Hi.
Hi, Sidra.
Hello.
Hi, Mary.
Hello, hello. I missed last week. I thought maybe you would be presenting today.
I'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh,
Hi,
okay.
Jenny.
Hello, everyone.
And hello, Rana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for reminding me to record.
You
Because
bet.
I remembered every time until I asked you all to remind me. And then the last two times I've forgotten. Anyway, I'm glad we're recording. And here's David. Hello, David.
Hi there.
Hi.
So I was signed up. I thought I was signed up to be a facilitator at the TKGA conference. And a facilitator has the job of watching the chat. And if anybody asks a question in chat, you then pass that, you tell the presenter what the question was, because they're presenting and they're not reading chat. So that's the work of a facilitator. I love it. It's really fun because I don't have to do any teaching. And I get to be in on the session and I see the interaction with the instructor. It's really nice. So I found out this week that I had not followed through on an email, and so they didn't get the message that I wanted to be a facilitator. So instead, they said, I was told, we'll have you on, if you can be on standby, if anybody has trouble and you could step in, if there any reason a facilitator can't do it, then you'll be the backup. And I said, okay. So I signed up for a few of the sessions to view them. And one of them was Suzanne Bryan's session this morning on pockets. And then early this morning, I got a message saying, Suzanne's facilitator is having technical issues and could you step in? And so I spent an hour and a half with Suzanne this morning in a session, which was really nice. And then she invited me to come back and do it again tomorrow morning. So the session ended at 12:30. So I haven't been responsible for anything since then. So that's why I can be here today. And I'm glad you're all here.
Yeah.
So am I.
Me too. I've been
I missed-
boxing
I missed
everything
you
I
last
own.
week.
You've been what, Sumner?
I've been boxing everything I own.
Yeah,
So
I
this
see
is
that.
nice
behind
knitting.
you.
Yeah.
Hi, Walter.
Hi, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Oh, great.
Great.
Hi,
Good.
Walter.
Good. Happy past Easter.
Happy Greek Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah, or almost Easter if you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And happy end of Passover. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So Sumner, you're packing up. You're moving when?
Saturday, next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
The next Saturday, I won't be able to do it.
Are
Very
you
excited.
moving to a new place in Boston?
In Methuen. So it's northern Mass, next to New Hampshire,
Oh,
on the Merrimack River, next door to where I live now. Quieter, bigger apartment.
oh. Okay.
Is this bought or is it rented?
Rented.
Oh, all right.
My mom had a stroke in like 2012. So I sold my house and I moved up here.
Mhm.
And then mom passed during COVID, not of COVID,
No.
just because it was her time. And so now I'm able to now go back closer to where I was from. But I'm not buying a house in this market. It's ridiculous.
No. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. So I'm just gonna rent an apartment for a couple years. And then me and Chuck will buy a house.
Is your housing market as crazy over there as ours is over here? It's
Yeah.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
mad. Yeah. Yeah.
People are
Same thing
paying
here.
$20,000 or $30,000 more than the bank says your house is worth.
That's
Right.
all.
Mhm.
Out here, it's like
Ridiculous.
100,000 or 150,000 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm never doing that.
I've got a lot of friends in legitimate bidding wars to rent apartments.
Yep.
Yep.
It's madness. I don't understand what the big deal is. Why do all these people want a place to live?
Very
Right.
well
People have gone
put,
soft
Ron.
these days.
I mean,
It's insane what apartments are going for.
yes.
This apartment that I'm in is $2,800 a month.
Ouch.
That's a lot of money for an apartment.
Is that, and that's plus utilities?
It doesn't include utilities.
Right,
no.
that's what I meant. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's outrageous.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's 1,000 square feet, 2-bedroom. It's cute, but now, I mean, the next one's just as expensive.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll have a garage. I'm on a waiting list for a garage. Whoever thought? What a world.
Well, in Florida, they have condos and you don't have a garage, but if you want one, it's an extra $10,000.
Yeah.
And I mean, out in Long Island here, one of our friends, his daughter lives in Setauket. She's got a 2-bedroom condo and she's paying $3,200 a month plus utilities, and her father's shelling out $1,000 to her every month. So,
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah,
And-
if I get the garage, it's an extra $200 a month.
yeah, see? And most of the kids that work in Home Depot with me, they all live with their parents. Guess they can't afford to live anywhere else.
How could you possibly?
You can't.
It's horrible. So yeah, when I found this apartment, I jumped right on it because there's nothing on the market and I
Yeah.
need 2 bedrooms. And I just need to have it quieter.
Look at all those boxes.
I know. Oh, and that's just a few of them. So it's coming. I've been packing all week. I haven't done a lot of knitting on it.
Well,
But-
that's
Oh, that's
good.
nice.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, right.
But that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, let me
Isn't
make
that
it
fun?
big. Wait. There you go.
Isn't
Look
that
at that.
I
That's
just love
that,
it.
That's
That is
beautiful.
really
that
awesome.
is.
And then it's a shame that they didn't tell me to provisionally cast it from the beginning because I would have Kitchenered the
Yeah.
graft at the end.
That's what I was thinking. Well, you could still pick up and do that.
Thinking of, because the first cast on rope is all in one color.
Oh,
So I was thinking I'm just gonna pick it up and then I'm gonna Kitchener stitch around the tube to close it.
Well, that's what I was thinking last week.
It shouldn't show too much of a seam, but I've knit so many socks. I'm very good at Kitchener stitch. So that's how I'm gonna do it.
well, hello, Kathy. I didn't see you come in.
Hi, no, I just got finished with Donna Eston's course
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
on it was, it was good. I'm just wanted to take all of the design courses to see if there was anything I missed, but so far not. But I have been thinking about saddle shoulders, and one of the questions I asked her was, so Sumner, let's say you want to do a wide saddle shoulder, there's a way. I mean, I would have to incorporate it into the instructions, and I'm not quite sure how I would do it yet. But sometimes you take the wide saddle shoulder and you just take it all the way across the back, And it kind of makes a nice design, and then you start the bottom underneath.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. So,
Like for Aaron sweaters, oftentimes that's done.
Hmm.
Anyway, something to think
yeah,
about.
I, because it's, generally with my sizing, I end up with, I think it's in my Phrancko saddle shoulder that I did, it was 17 stitches across. This is 19.
Yeah, so won't be
It's-
me.
Who
Okay,
cares? I mean, it'll give me a lovely neck,
yes,
you know, so it isn't going to affect how the neck fits.
okay, good.
So I have no issue with, so when I found the 19 stitch wide pattern, I said, oh, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no issue with that.
Yeah, because from a developer's point of view, I can easily write that in, and then I can add a modification if somebody wants a wide one later. So I can do it in 2 steps.
Right. And yeah, and 19 stitches isn't too wide,
No, it's not.
because yeah, my normal is 17.
All right.
Because it's on 5s. So it's not, you know, it's not 19 big stitches. It's 19
Right.
little stitches.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so when after I'm done moving, I'm gonna dig in on that one, and I'll be asking for assistance. I'm not sure how you would possibly get multiple sizes with Argyle with the set pattern of 19 stitches and around. Not sure how you could size it to be inclusive.
Window painting.
Hi, Ron.
Yeah, under the
Okay.
arms.
Yeah, you would,
Window
I
pane
would
under
be
the arms.
inclined to use a whole multiple. Either that or use a side panel and chop it in half.
Yeah, I could do XOs, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you're doing like a fair isle, the XOs you add in the X
Yes,
section.
Mhm.
yes.
And I could have the X under but yeah,
So
I-
there's 2 ways to look at it, but you could say, well, I want 4 inches of ease, and 19 stitches a 19 stitch pattern is going to be 3 inches across, and so maybe I would have 5.5 inches of ease instead of 4, or I'd have 2.5 instead of 4, but no more or less than that. 4 is your middle ground.
right. And
Yeah.
I generally need a little shaping because my chest is 10 inches bigger than my waist. So
Yeah.
if I wear a boxy sweater, it becomes a bell,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'll need to take in
It'll automatically add the shaping for you.
on the shaping.
Yeah. don't
And
have to worry
what
about it.
kind of shaping do you do?
Just decreases from under the arm down to the waist.
Just down the sides?
Yeah, just down the sides.
Uh-huh.
I generally only decrease every, say, 8th row.
Mhm.
Similar to the sleeve decrease, but not as drastic.
That's what I was thinking when I wrote the pattern, and I think it still says you could put in markers there to mark where you might want to do body shaping on the sides. But then after I did the workshop with Suzanne and we had all this discussion about body shaping for women, they did a lot of, I guess it was more like bust shaping. And so there were short rows across the front. And so it was a different kind of body shaping.
That
So
was
now
very
I'm-
easy with your crew neck that I did for my niece, Maggie.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I uploaded a picture of that one for you. She's very cute and she's not even 5 foot. She's 4 foot, like 10 and a half. And she's a little French kid. So she's got a good bust and a teeny little waist. And I needed to put short rows around the front, and it was very simple with your pattern. It made it very nice.
Oh, good.
And it fits her great.
Worked out well?
Oh yeah, it fits her
Fits
great.
her?
She loves it.
I think short rows are easier top down than bottom up in a way. I don't know why I think that. Maybe because you know exactly where you're going to start them.
Yeah, it was simple. I was like, oh, wow, this is nice. I'd never done it before, but it was very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think if I do your, because I'm definitely gonna use your saddle shoulder pattern, Franco. I'm gonna do the shaping. The sleeves, I'm gonna use that as the shaping, but go like every other, whatever that works out to be.
Every
down the
other
way.
what? What do you mean?
So every other decrease of the sleeve would be every other decrease for my body. So my torso shaping would be like if your sleeves are every sixth or, well, eighth row, maybe seventh,
Oh, I see.
I'd go every 14 for the
Oh.
body.
I see.
And then just, yeah.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's how I think I'll end up doing it.
You were talking, Kathy, about a wider saddle shoulder, and it made me wonder, when I was designing the saddle shoulder pattern for Phrancko.com, it was real clear to me that the saddle has to feed right into the very top of the sleeve cap. And if you make it wide, wouldn't that make the top of the sleeve cap too wide?
It would come. Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking about. How would you do that in a Phrancko? So basically, it's just in a traditional Aran sweater, you could, since it's flat with a little rectangle on top,
Oh, yeah.
you can make it wider. You can make the back half here and the front half there, or you can make it all one. But you'd make it wider, and like part of it would be in the front and then more of it in the back. And it's just tricky to code.
But you have to, but the wide thing has to flow into the top of the sleeve, top of the sleeve cap.
Part of it would,
Doesn't
and then
that-
part of it would just go right underneath the back of the neck.
Yeah, but where it attaches to the sleeve is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
How, I mean, the lines wouldn't, I'm trying to figure out the architecture of it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Not in a set-in sleeve. I can't. I
Oh,
can
oh,
see
see.
it. I
would
can
be
see
different.
it. I can visualize it, but I can't visualize the execution of it.
Oh, I see. In the, what did you say? An Aran sweater?
Yeah, where
Where
it's
you're
Drop
where
shoulder.
it's just
drop shoulder.
square, drop shoulder.
Yeah.
You just sew the sleeve in and there's not a continuous line from the shoulder to the sleeve. Is that true?
Oh, no, it would just come across the back and down the sleeve, but it wouldn't be centered necessarily because it comes
I think
from,
Debbie Bliss has one of those.
yeah,
see.
Drop down, but the seam starts in the back. The
You
seam is set
know,
back.
Uh-huh.
when I made my mother the top that was ventilated at the
mhm,
top,
mhm.
I imagine the way I calculated how much space, how much length would go into so it was rows there. So how many rows I had to knit flat extra to accommodate the vent 1.5 inches down would be the same thing you would do to make a yet wider saddle shoulder. You would omit some of the bell-shaped increases at the top,
Yes.
calculating how much length that would take and what width the sleeve would be at that point.
Mhm.
What width the sleeve would be at that point would be the total width of your saddle.
Uh-huh.
You're right. Just
I
as
know.
if it started flat and then, yeah, but flat, like sort of a modified bell, right?
Yeah,
I see.
yeah, that's precisely what I did to make
Mhm.
my mother's ventilated one. Then you would just knit flat for a while before picking this up, continue that, and then you would have a shoulder. I mean, really, the drop shoulder could go down to, or not the drop shoulder, the
The
saddle could go down to just about anywhere that way.
Yeah, right, exactly, yes.
So are you putting increases in the saddle stitches? To create
In
the
the
top of the bell
case,
curve?
I think you would potentially, depending on whether you want it to look like a set-in sleeve
Right.
at the top
Oh,
or to,
I guess my mind is always thinking it should look like a set-in sleeve.
but it would be a
Yeah,
But I
set-in
know,
sleeve.
I know it. I'm just stuck on one design, I guess.
In
Yeah,
that case, you know what I would do, Frank? I would probably say, okay, I used an extra 1.5 inches, right? Of that top of the shoulder of the set-in sleeve.
Uh-huh.
So how many increases did I have in that 1.5 inches? And then I just add them evenly around the sleeve or the cap when I get down to the point where
Oh,
I'm ready to move to accommodate the width of that saddle that had gone across the back.
I see. Yeah.
That's what I'd do. I don't know what that'd look like though. I've never done it.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to tackle that right away.
No,
I think I'll
no, that's
just
what I thought.
continue with the narrow strap.
Exactly. Straight instructions first and then the fancy instructions later.
Yeah, that's right. Much later.
I have some
Much
purchased
later.
saddles and yours are right about the same size as the regular purchased saddles that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So Frank, your sweater is spot on. I mean, you must have done some research on it because the fit on the top of the shoulder is exactly where it should be.
Not as much as you think I might have done.
No, it's just you
No,
hit it. And
I
you
just said,
"Ooh, score."
I've got this crew neck shoulder. How wide could the saddle be to reach the top of the flat part of the set-in sleeve? And that's where I positioned it, and that's all I did.
But those stitches must change when you change your size of your sweater.
They do.
Yeah, so you hit it. You got the sweet spot.
Yes, whatever the flat part of its cap is how wide the saddle is.
That was my next question. You don't allow it to be narrower. You just say, make it this width.
This is the width. Yes, you have told me how the circumference of your sleeve. I calculate from that how much is across the top, and that's the width of your saddle.
All right, that's what I'm
Oh, there
doing.
you go. That makes sense.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
You reverse engineered the saddle.
For step one, that's what I'll do because
All right.
it, especially if Sumner's gonna use it, then I need to get it done.
I'm not gonna use it. I mean, I'm moving. I've got I got about a month before I start making this sweater, at least,
Okay, well, it takes me weeks.
because I'm swatching.
done.
Well, good. Don't go rushing, because I think I get how I'm gonna put it in there.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Franco's sweater just has to be divisible by 19 or somewhere close.
The only
which
thing,
That's not difficult.
the only thing you might want to use Knitwiz for, really, I mean, the only differentiation there is you've got a 3-color pattern, right? And where's your middle going to be?
Yeah, so I'm gonna so this is a bunch of colors, right? So I'm probably gonna do blue and gray,
Okay,
like a royal blue.
Okay.
And gray,
yeah,
2 colors.
okay, that makes it easier.
Because I generally wear solid sweaters. I don't generally wear anything that has a lot of pattern or color to it. Gray that's my wardrobe. I have blue and green. And I think that's about it. I have one purple sweater. I wear it twice a year. So yeah, I'm very plain.
Well, you have that nice blue one. I love that one.
Yeah, isn't that a great blue?
Yes, that's a
like that.
beautiful blue.
Bright, bright blue. I love that.
But
That's a
anyway,
fun-
that's all, that's the only thing that's different is, just centering where, how you would center and stuff, which you can figure out. You don't need to have software to do that for you. You can figure it out.
You have much too much faith in me. It's funny with this pattern, I always think of, it's a very bad cribbage hand. What am I thinking?
Well, I only have about 15 more inches to go on this collar. And maybe I will finish it next week. I hope so.
You've
I
been
did a
working on it a
buttonhole.
while. You what?
I did a buttonhole in the brioche. Where is it?
Oh, wow.
It didn't turn out bad at all. I didn't quite do it like Suzanne said. I did it over 2 rows. There it is.
Wait, where?
A little
Lift it
higher.
higher, higher. Yeah,
Right,
there you go.
right where my finger is.
Yeah,
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
But she wants a real big button right there, so big buttonhole.
Oh,
nice.
very nice.
Mm-hmm.
That is a beautiful pattern.
Wait,
It turned out fine. It's not so hard to do on brioche as I thought it would be. Took 2
Wow.
tries.
Sounds really hard to me.
No, it wasn't. I was surprised. Well, Frank, I have to say, watching videos all day is exhausting.
No, it is. But the sessions are live today, right?
Yeah, they're live, so you can
Yeah.
ask questions. It's
Yeah.
good. I loved the level 3 swatch one because I have done most of those stitches before, and so
Uh-huh.
it's just interesting to hear the different perspectives and what they're looking for and what they're not looking for and things. And I'm gonna get that level 1 done this summer, I think. Well, the first round, the first draft.
Well, once you do the first draft, you won't have to do much over, I'm sure.
Yeah, the thing I really still have a struggle with is a tension issue sometimes going from knit to purl, like in a seed stitch or a ribbing. I still struggle with that. If I get in a hurry,
Oh, yeah.
mhm.
It's hard to remember to tug on it after every knit
Mhm.
stitch.
mhm,
But ultimately, I guess if you keep doing it, it develops, you get muscle memory and you just do it. That's the
Yes.
idea.
And tendonitis.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, well, my thumb's going, so
Oh,
Uh,
it's all numb. Goes up to my arm now.
Oh,
because of knitting,
Yeah, basically, I guess. Too much of it.
really?
Yep.
there's a book about ergonomic knitting, isn't there? I've
Yeah, there is.
Carson Demers.
never
What's
read
his
it.
name? Somebody said his name.
Carson Dimmers.
Carson,
Mm.
yes, sorry.
Oh,
What are you working on, Ron?
I don't know. I'm making,
Oh, your holes. I love your holes.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, so
you're making holes?
I've joined
Yeah.
in the rounds. That's the neck.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Goodness.
Here is the very obvious sleeve cap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good. I see what you did.
Wow,
Yeah,
So
awesome.
I'm having a fun
Cool.
time. I've finished my Henley. It's blocking. I got it done, and the day I got off Sleeve Island, and I was so happy with myself, I put it in the blocking water and I squished it and I took it outside and laid it out. And then we got 5 minutes of rain.
Yeah.
That's the only 5 minutes you get all year,
I
right?
just like, what the, of all the. But I fully intend to make Tiny Perrin model a slightly damp sweater for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
good.
is the one with the ruching on the
Yeah.
sleeves.
Yeah,
So it's worn as though the sleeves have been pushed up to the elbows,
yeah, I
But
think
they
that's
are-
clever.
but they are knitted that way.
Ah,
Um,
you're gonna show us when it's, you will be able to show us when it's dry.
I'll show you right now. I don't have to put on a slightly damp sweater. It'll fit me.
Indeed.
But yeah, so I finished that and I'm working on my I don't know, it looks like slime mold to me.
Is it
Oh
God.
my God.
randomly?
Slime
Are you
mold?
randomly creating lace, or are you following a pattern?
I am arbitrarily creating lace.
That's incredible that you can do that and do it
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
and just come up with anything that fits.
No,
He knows, he knows.
it's actually very simple. Because the way the stitch count came out, right now, these are my sleeve caps, see, and they're all marked with my elastics. So that's
Oh.
easy to keep track of visually. The
Uh-huh.
lace happens on every other round. So one round is knitted plain,
Yeah,
and then the next round has the lace work in it. I've limited the lace work that I use. I use only yarn overs, make one opens, and then left and right slanting single and double decreases and center double decreases. And I always keep the yarn over or the make one open to compensate for those decreases
mhm.
within 1 or 2 stitches of the decrease.
I see.
And then
Those large holes are just a single yarn over? That's,
yeah,
wow,
yep. But this is a light fingering being knitted on
I see.
8s.
Yeah.
I
7s.
see. That's what does that.
Yeah, and between each of my stitch markers on the back and front on the body rather than the sleeve cap are 21 stitches between each on the front and back, for multiples of 21. And 21, of course, like 7 goes into 21 3 times. So I work in sets of 7 mentally between each set of stitch markers. And it's just me counting to 21 4 times and then remembering how many stitches should be in the sleeve cap.
I see.
Okay.
So it has a much bigger bang than the intellectual effort that goes into it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't try and do any like actual randomization for myself. It is purely arbitrary. I just like, oh, a hole will look good here.
Is that right? You don't think, oh, it's been a long time since I did a yarn over, or
Well, because I'm working in segments of 7,
I see.
it's
So you
never
usually
more
put
than
1 or 2 yarn
3.5
overs
stitches
in.
before since I've done one.
Yeah,
So the body, you know, it's pretty pervasive. It's pretty lacy.
I see.
Very cool
So
though.
I hope it'll be
Very
cool. I mean, I'm sure
You
it'll be
could put-
cool in some way.
You could put that over a yellow shirt or
Yeah.
even
A
orange
black
shirt
V-neck.
or a black shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I intend. So it is my size plus like 6 inches of ease.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to do any sleeve shaping. I think I'm just going to make a straight sleeve to the elbow-ish.
Okay.
We'll see when I get there. I knit kind of improvisationally, you may have noticed.
Yes, we've noticed.
Although that was very difficult doing the Henley, because the trick of the Henley, the one cool thing of the Henley, was at the very end of the sleeves.
Mhm.
So getting to the point where I got to do the thing that was the entire like presumptive logic of why I was making this pullover
Mhm.
was at the very end of the project.
Yeah.
What was that at the end of the sleeves?
The ruching.
Oh.
So the sleeves look pulled up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
And then the hem is pretty cool too. But I was monkeying around on Phrancko.com earlier today to get the pattern, pattern for publication ready.
How'd that work for you?
And I haven't gotten far into it. And I
see.
haven't decided whether I want to tell it what to do with the sleeve length or just see what comes out with a normal sleeve and try and come up with stopping points before you do the sleeve treatment for each size.
Right.
So I don't know if I want to tell it. This sleeve should be 8 inches long. And it goes from like 16 inches to 14 and a half inches because it stops at the elbow, but we'll see. Once you've got a little bit of time left, once Perrin is done with what he's doing in there, I'll stick him into a slightly damp sweater so you can see.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to go
So
check him.
considering the weather is so sunny all the time, do you dehydrate stuff outside?
Myself.
No, I mean fruits and
Yeah,
vegetables.
in a normal time, we've already had our first several 100-degree days this year. It comes in early. It's just, we're having a cold snap because it's in the 60s or 70s. When is it? It is 22 degrees, so it is in the 70s.
All right.
Usually you can stick something fully saturated outside and it's dry in 15 minutes.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, it's so hot and it's dry, and at least it's a dry heat, as they say. Tell that
Those
to my
might
mucous
oven.
membranes. Yes, humidity feels gross, but so do nosebleeds.
Yeah.
But yeah, blocking is so easy here. You just like damp, squeeze, poof, dry. Like nigh instantaneously. What we've been doing, because local yarn store day is on the 30th, and we've dyed up 100 skeins of unique skeins of yarn. We call them BFL one-way flights because they're made of Blueface Leicester wool, and BFL is our airport code. So we make BFL one-way flights. Each we got like 120 skeins of yarn, and each of them is dyed individually, uniquely. They can't be reproduced by us anyway. And we just put them on racks in the sun, and they're dry in half an hour.
Wow. That's amazing.
What do you call them? BFL one-way what?
BFL one-way flights. Here, I'll show you one.
Oh, flights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's clever.
Sumter, did you know they had a Fiber Fest in Northwood today?
No.
Yeah. Northwood, Connecticut? Yeah. So.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's a little far from me.
Yeah. Well, I would have to go across the ferry to come up there. So. And it was only for one day, which I found strange. So.
Did you get it, Ron? Oh,
Oh, how nice.
one-way flight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, look at
Bravo,
that.
Foxtrot,
That's a cool color.
It
This
is.
was
Yeah.
Tim was helping me dye them, and this one is not with the rest because he wants to keep it for himself. These are what we affectionately refer to in the shop as Tim colors.
Tim colors.
These are Tim colors. But he's very much a spring summer kind of guy. I don't think-
Okay,
But yeah, that's like I'm happy with it. Like
yeah.
so we make hundreds of these at a time, and then people grab them one or two. Oh, look at this guy.
Oh, there you go.
There he is.
Oh,
Wow, look at the pushed up sleeves.
Yeah,
There it is.
okay.
that's nice.
That's great.
Yeah, they're a
Wow.
little lower than they were because, of course,
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
Great.
off the blocking.
That's very
So-
nice.
Yeah,
Wait,
is it too damp?
wait.
Just on here, literally just.
Yeah, those are kind of thick. So yeah, it came out perfectly. It fits them well. You can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Great.
Hmm.
Oh,
Nice.
look at that.
Yeah, I like it.
And so the
Wow.
buttons aren't on yet, clearly. So it's got sort of
Buttons?
retro chest hairiness.
That ain't so bad.
No, you shouldn't add buttons. No.
Yeah. Now,
Great. Now there'll be no living with him.
hey,
Thank you, Mr.
Very
Redford.
good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, that I'm very pleased with how that came out.
yes.
The like I really couldn't do anything about a proof of concept other than swatching the ruching
Mhm.
to see if it would look the way I wanted it to look in my brain, and I would have been so displeased.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks like, the sleeves are rolled up, but they
Yeah.
won't come down.
Hey.
It's good.
So that's what I've been doing.
Have you started module 2 yet for the
I
design
have,
certification?
yes.
I'm on my fiber report. Last thing I have to do
Have fun.
for module 1, but I actually love reading about sheeps and wolves and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Doing the reports.
Yeah.
I did the book report and the fiber report first. And then I did some work on the submission, as you guys know. And then I sat and stared at the questions for 6 months. And then the rest is history. So yeah, while I was traveling, I read through the documents and started pulling resources together. And that,
Well, I found out today Fatima is also doing module 2 right now.
yeah,
Oh, you knew that already?
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that on the thing.
I have
And I have a-
something funny to show you.
Whoa.
Oh, sure.
What does every pattern say when you're joining in the round?
Oh no. Oh, no.
Don't twist.
Careful.
Don't twist it.
No, do
Don't
not
twist.
twist. Yes.
So I was making another sample of a shawl collar, and I'll make myself larger so you can see this. So I was making another sample of a shawl collar, and I made this neckline, and I got down to the end and I did like this.
Oh,
Wow.
It's twisted.
Ah,
no.
How sad.
I see. I was going to put a shawl collar inside that hole. I can't. I
Not
thought
now.
about cutting it apart and sewing it back together just so I have something to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I like to point out that I am not a perfect knitter.
ah,
I
no.
make all the same mistakes everybody else
Yeah.
makes.
Stephanie Pearl McPhee has a quote that I had printed out and put in my YouTube studio that says, "Excellent knitters make bigger mistakes faster."
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
And I appreciate that as like, no, you just make big mistakes and you make them quick.
So, Ron, I have a fiber question for you. Ron Brûlé is
Mhm.
the kind of French version of merino wool, right?
Just say,
Now, but you can't find it at all in France. I tried. They just don't have it.
it's hard
if
to
you
find
go to-
merinos in Spain these days.
You might as well, go to Webs, So who is the best? So I would like to find it. I would like to knit with it.
Yeah.
I really, because I think it would be nice and woolly.
It's super bouncy, super.
And you know me, I love the woolly.
Yeah, you love your wool.
I love woolly. And I would love creme brulee in a DK. I'm not having any luck with breed specific yarn trying to find it. Like, I don't.
I know there are
Do you ever
mills.
find it?
There are mills that particularly specialize in it. And I think most of them are, if I recall correctly, there's a mill in Maine that well, I don't know if they specialize in Rambouillet, but they do have it, and in blends with some other heritage breeds. Let's see. Try.
Because I think it,
Yeah.
would be, but it's not, I'm not finding, my Google searches aren't finding something that is kind of giving me what I want. When
Yeah.
I'm Google searching creme brulee, I'm always ending up with like merino because it's like
Yeah.
the most popular wool. Right.
Yeah, certainly. That's why.
And I'm not spinning it. I could find roving.
Yeah,
I don't
you
want to
certainly
spin it.
can.
I don't want to spin it. I want to knit it. And I don't want to dye it. I want to knit it. So I'm not finding like a producer.
Yeah, you're finding top. Let me see, Maine.
And then that Swan's Island is just too expensive for me, but that's not creme brulee. That's whatever they do.
Yeah.
I have some of it. I wasn't too thrilled with it. I mean, it was okay, but it's too shiny for me. I don't know. It's too smooth for me.
Yeah. I know.
What is this wool made of?
Well, it's creme brulee sheep. It's like it's a breed and it's similar to merino.
Do they have it in Canada?
I haven't looked, but I doubt it.
Well, they got those two guys that are up there, Lee Grossons. They die.
The Legason, yeah, but they don't do breed specific that I've seen. They're fun. I like them.
I know. I like them because the more they drink, the better they become.
Yeah.
Hey, that reminds me of myself.
They're doing the wine bit there, and I sit there and I get a big charge out of them.
Yeah, they're funny.
Try looking up the Maine top mill.
Maine top mill?
Yeah. I know they do heritage breeds in both yarns, like finished yarns on top. You might be able to only find it in natural colors, but I think that's what comes to mind. I knew there was a place in Maine. I was like, Maine woolen mills? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, look, that's good.
Maine top mill. At least I knew to look in the Northeast.
I'm on there.
Take a look there. See if you find something.
Yeah, I will. It's just I don't know. I was like, oh, Ron might know. Because it was just, I was so looking forward to maybe when I went to France to find it.
Oh yeah.
Nothing. They don't even know what you're talking about.
No, that's a place.
That's where the breed comes from.
They left.
They left. They did. They left. They don't raise them there anymore.
Yeah.
Catherine, can you explain to me what KnitWiz is?
KnitWiz is a software application program.
Okay.
And it uses visual design, so you can design a garment and shape it how you'd like, add the stitches you want, and get a custom fit instructions.
Oh, all right.
Which is why it was so good to collaborate with Frank, because he'd done that for the top down. And I had already done that for bottom up, but now we added his sleeve and.
All right. I mean, I got in the middle of, that's all I heard is KnitWiz. And I'm going, okay, what is this?
Yeah. So.
This is on Ravelry?
No, it's knitwiz.com.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
And
have
you
to go
can-
on there and look.
Yeah, you can use a guest account to just poke around if you'd like,
Okay.
or you can sign up because most of it, you know, if you want to add stitches or swatches or do anything, it needs to save to your email, basically.
All right.
And so that's, but you can poke around with a guest account without
Right.
having to sign up.
Huh? Well, I've been messing around with the lawnmower and fixing it and putting filters in it and putting a new blade on it because the grass decided to grow. So,
Get a
Mhm.
sheep.
yeah. As a matter of fact, there was a place out in Long Island here. They got a ton of sheep. I'm saying, I wonder if they shear these. So,
Our county uses sheep. People have sheep all over the place and
Yeah.
they move them around from place to place.
I think everybody's getting them here because they want them to eat the grass. They don't want to mow grass. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
so a lot of people
Thank
do that.
you.
Sumner, there's a dyer in the UK that does Rambouillet yarns and they ship overseas, or you
Oh,
try and
really?
get something in the US.
Oh,
So
I
it's
would love that.
called,
No, I don't care where I get it from.
All right, it's called Fig Tree Yarns.
Oh,
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I love it. And I'm so looking forward to go to the West End to go to a show in London. That's my next trip
That's your next trip, yeah.
after Korea. So, yes. So Fig
Fig Tree Yarns.
Tree Yarns.
And they do Rambouillet, double knit, 100% Rambouillet.
Is it in
Nice.
Jersey?
No, no, I don't think they're in Jersey, are they?
It's- I found figtreeyarns.com. I think, yes.
Oh yeah, they are in Jersey. Yes, sorry, they are in
Yeah,
Jersey.
okay, perfect. I
Yeah.
got them. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. Now, if I
I'm
can get
not
a
using-
What do you mean they're in
DK,
Jersey? I don't understand. At the top of the site. it
Jersey,
says-
Jersey,
United-
UK.
UK.
Oh, Jersey,
Jersey.
UK. Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, Jersey.
Worldwide
UK.
shipping for our sole UK and Europe stock. That's what it says.
That's wonderful. Yay.
Do they still speak French in Jersey? French and English?
Not
English.
much. They do a bit, but not significantly.
Not like it shows on the British TV shows?
No.
Anybody following Bridgerton?
Oh, yeah.
I just finished the second season, so.
I finished that the second day it was out.
I know, you can't stop watching.
I'm about our flag means death right now.
So, to the stuff we watch.
The one I like is All Creatures Great and Small.
That's good. Yep,
That is so sweet.
yep.
Are you watching the original, the old one, or the remake?
No, I had all the VHS tapes of the old one from when my daughter was little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm watching the new one, but I think the new one's even better than the old one. Tristan's my favorite. It's just so nuts.
Yes. Yeah. Frank, for your shawl collar, could you not pick a point and drop down a row of stitches and just twist the bottom stitch and then knit back up again?
Oh,
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
So where at the finish point, work your way around to there, drop all
Yeah.
the stitches down to almost to the bottom
twist,
one,
Right.
and then just twist, and then to get rid of your twist and then pick back up. So you would have one twist at the bottom, but you wouldn't notice it, would you?
It doesn't matter. It's just a
Oh, right.
sample anyway.
I just thought it would save you tinking it and then doing it all over again.
No, it's just this little sample. It
Oh.
really, it took me a few hours to knit it. and that's all.
Oh, okay.
I'll just do another one. Actually, this isn't anything like the yarn I'm planning to use for the sweater with the shawl collar. So I'm still looking for the right yarn, and I just recently ordered some skeins from Knit Picks. And I think it might be what I'm looking for, but I can't tell till I actually get the yarn in my hands. So it's supposed to arrive on Wednesday, and I'm leaving town Wednesday night. So I'm hoping it gets
This
here in
again?
time, and I'll have something to do while I'm on my trip.
How come she's doing it so long? I mean, she's right there in Washington, isn't she?
Who? What?
Nitpicks.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's in Washington State.
Well, I had to pay extra for overnight shipping,
Wow.
and the earliest that was next Wednesday.
Huh.
You know, even with them in Vancouver, Washington, it
Yeah.
takes over a week to get anything. So it doesn't
Wow.
actually, their yarn doesn't necessarily come from Vancouver.
Yeah.
Because they also have, I think, offices in Indiana or something like that. I've gotten stuff from, you know,
She always has distributions all over the country. So.
yeah,
Oh,
but it takes forever. I mean, it took my daughter who lives in Portland, you know, a week and a half to get an order. So
I used to like to listen to Kelly's podcasts. She was funny. So.
well,
Yeah,
it's
they
getting
used to do
close to the end
tours.
of our hour.
well, I have a quickie question. Has anybody ever signed up for the Knit Stars?
I have.
How'd you like it?
I've enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
I just don't have a lot of time to spend watching videos, I guess. I don't know. I watched most of them, but it took me an entire year, and then it was time to sign up again, and I just didn't do it the second time. But it's really interesting. You know, they really are stars. They're people you've heard of, you've read their books, you've seen their articles, and then you get to see who they are and be taught by them. It's like going to a Stitches
yeah.
conference like that.
Yeah.
But it's online. There's also another one called Vogue Knitting Online or something.
Knitting, Vogue Knitting Live.
Live, yes.
Yep.
I haven't done that one. Rana, your hand is up.
Yes, I joined Knit Stars 1, 2, and 3. And I enjoyed them, but they were a little bit steep in price for me to continue for what I thought I was getting out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's like $220 if you sign up early, and they just came out today. Or you can do, you know, for all 7 years for $1,000. I'm going, no.
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah, it was a bit.
But
Give me
this time it's like
$1,000, I'll talk to you
$200
about
is
knitting
not that
whenever you
bad.
want.
Supposedly you can keep them, you know, go back to them forever.
Right.
But there wasn't enough bang for my buck for me.
Yeah, because Zandy Peters is part of it, and Mary Martin. She does the fusion.
From Peter Pan?
knitting. Huh? Mary W. Martin.
Oh.
But she does the fusion knitting where you have cabling on one side and different cabling on the other side. It's just, I tried watching some of her video. I'm going, huh?
what's her name again?
Mary W. Martin.
Mary W. Martin.
Yeah.
Her up. I don't know her.
Yeah.
Zandy Peters, I had a class with her, and I just love her work. I'd love to figure out a way to incorporate some of her technique into a sweater pattern.
Yeah.
But I haven't figured out exactly how to do that.
You could probably do it on the lower part of
it.
the body.
Yeah, I was thinking a band around around the chest, or a band around the body, or something like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a meta note, Zandy Peters uses they, he pronouns.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Sure thing.
Didn't know that.
Relatively new news.
Well,
All these.
thank you all for
pronouns.
coming.
Good night. Have a nice weekend.
Two.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
See you
Yeah.
next week.
See you 2
Goodbye.
weeks. Bye.
Yep. Good luck, Sumter.
Have a good move.
Yeah.